this guy trying to hit on me. And what I figured out about this kid that really made me think, wow, you're fucking weird.
You got a boyfriend?
I ran behind her. He's just staring at us. He's just watching us. Point, I should be filing sexual harassment.
Best, but you're the worst. What the hell was we thinking? Compromise for no reason. Cause we ain't got in common. But why you gotta fight for nothing? What the hell was we thinking? Dirty tears and I'm sinking. Cause we ain't got in common. No, we ain't got in common.
Hey guys, it's your girl Neri back with another video. Please don't mind a blanket. I am cold. And yeah, so don't judge. I'm gonna start with a story time. I want to talk about this guy trying to hit on me and what I figured out about this kid that really made me think, wow, you're fucking weird. So, on this specific day, I was in my room by myself. I had two roommates. This was when I had two roommates, right? Because I moved rooms. So I was in a room with two roommates, right? One went home for the weekend because she lives close by, so she goes home. Not a big deal. Okay. The other one, she was going to a party that night, right? I was not interested in going to any parties at that time. I did not want to do anything. I just wanted to stay in my room and chill, right? So, my roommate, she was like, okay, I'm going to a party. I'm going to the friends, and I want to go chill in their room, go hang out for a little bit, and then we're going to go to the party. And I was like, okay, cool. So, I decide that I'm going to stay in the room. I'm going to just watch TV and chill, right? And so, I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. And so, I decide, since I'm hungry, I decided to go put in my CP order, right? And for you guys that don't know, CP on this campus is basically it's just like a food place on campus where you can go like at night and like all hours of the day, really. They only open, I think, like it's like 12-ish till 10 o'clock at night, so they close at like 9:30-ish, 10, right? So it was around that time and I was hungry, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my order in online. And my food was, doing its thing. I was watching TV, I was chilling, and then my food's ready, right? So, I leave my room, right, to go to CP and get my food, okay? And on the way, my best friend's texting me. My best friend from back home, she's texting me, and she's like, hey, like, we need to talk, like, just catch up and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm like, I'm gonna get my food real quick, and then I'm gonna go back to the room, right? So I'm on my way to go get my food, and then I get my food and I'm leaving, right? I'm leaving and I'm walking back to the dorm, and this guy is walking up to me. This dark-skinned boy, like really tall, like taller than me. I'm not that tall, but he's taller than me. And this dude's walking up to me, and he's like, I have my AirPods in and everything. Like, I'm listening to music, I'm minding my own business. I just want to go to my room. Right, and if any of you know me, I hold my keys out like, let me show you. I hold my keys like this. So I'm prepared, right? I'm prepared. I don't care. People say that, so let me get back in my blanket. People say that a key is not like any type of self-defense. A key is not going to protect you from anything. Well, guess what? The same way that people can use their hands, their nails to claw someone's eyes, I can do the same thing with a fucking key, okay? And for you guys that are like, oh, no, you can't. Well, guess what? I'm going to insert a clip right here after I say this, and you're going to watch and you tell me what you think.
You're the sister. What are you doing here? Let's go meet a friend of mine.
Daryl, what are you doing?
Anyway, back to the video. So I'm holding my key like this. Right now I'm walking back to the dorm. My food is in one hand, my key is in the other. My phone is in my pocket, my AirPods in. Music is playing. This guy walks up to me, right? Mind you, I'm walking back to my room. I'm trying to go back to my room. I'm trying to eat my food and then call my best friend, right? I don't have time to play. Walking back to the dorm, and this guy, he walks up to me and he's like, hey. I'm like, yes. And he's like,
oh, like, I know it's cold outside, I'm not gonna keep you long, but, like, you're really pretty.
and I'm like, okay. And he's like,
You got a boyfriend?
I'm like, no, I don't. I wish I did. I don't. And he's like,
Oh, okay, cool. You on the market?
on the market. I'm thinking to myself, boy, what? I'm not a piece of meat. I'm not a fresh fruit to be bought. Let me fix my headband real quick, because I've not done my hair yet, and I look a mess. But anyway, I am not a piece of meat to be bought. I'm not sitting at the fucking grocery store with a fucking price tag. The fuck? And this guy's like, are you on the market? And I'm like, no. And he's like,
Oh, well, I mean, I think you're cute and everything, like, can I get your phone number or, like, your Snapchat or something?
I'm like, I guess. This is gonna help me move faster. I'm gonna get my Snapchat. First of all, I used to not give anybody my phone number, and I still kind of don't give anybody my phone number. I'm only gonna give my phone number to people I actually like my friends, like people I actually like know, like not like, oh yeah, I see you every now and then. No, you're not a friend. You're just somebody I see. Okay, so I was like, I'll give you my Snapchat, and I gave it to him, right? And he was,
Like, it was nice to meet you, like, I don't keep you long, because I know it's cold, but, like, you're really pretty or whatever, so, like, text me.
text you? Boy, bye. Right? So, this boy's walking away, right? I'm walking away. So I put my AirPod back in, turn my volume down a little bit, just in case he tries to sneak behind me, I gotta use my key. So, he's walking, I'm walking, right? So I get back to my dorm, I make it back to the dorm, I'm walking on my way, like walking back to the dorm. I see my roommate, and she's like with a bunch of girls, and they're like, okay, like, hey, Neri, like, hey, we're going to the party, like, are you coming? And I'm like, no, like, I just got my CP. I'm about to go sit down and eat. I'm not going to a party. So they're like, oh, okay, but I don't say that. Of course, I don't say that. I'm just like, oh, no, like, I'm not going. I'm gonna go back to the room. They're like, okay, then, like, we'll see you around or whatever. And they're like, bye. So they're going on their way. I'm going my way. I'm going back to the dorm, right? I make it to the dorm, and I go to, my room, right? So I go to my room. I'm going to my room, I sit down, and I start eating or whatever. And, like, this story is basically for the sole purpose of talking about this kid. So I'm just going to fast forward, because you don't need all the other details. So weeks later, this guy has been snapping me every day. Like, I mean, he must, like, wake up, snap me before he goes to sleep, snaps me. Before he eats breakfast, snap me. Before he eats lunch, snaps me. Before he eats dinner, snaps me. Because I got, like, fucking 1,000 messages. Like, 1,000 snaps. Just boom, 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 boom. Just keep popping up. And I'm like, I haven't even snapped this guy back once. Right? So I'm like, okay, let me look at one of these snaps and see how cringe he looks. Right? Because a lot of people look cringe to me. Especially dudes. When they're trying to flirt with you. It's like, boy, go sit down. Seriously, like, go sit down. So I open up this message. And, like, one of his snaps. It's like a picture of him, like, and he's like, "What's up?" What? The next one, "Hey." Like, I know a lot of you are gonna be like, just talk to the boy. Like, it's not gonna hurt. The boy's flirting with you, girl. Like, flirt back. First of all, no. When you come up to a girl and you ask her if she's on the fucking market, that's weird, bro. That's literally weird. And he's not cute, first of all. He has braces. Nothing wrong with braces. I need braces. My teeth aren't straight. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying he has to be perfect. But this guy's weird. When I explain to you, weird, I don't mean like weird looking. I mean like fucking weird. Like he does weird shit, bro. The story gets weirder, right? So I decided not to stop this guy back. He's just weird. He's blowing up my fucking phone for no reason, right? I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. I don't want to be involved with this kid, right? So, trying to figure out, like, because I used to see this guy like walking with this girl. Like, I used to see this kid walking with this girl like all the time. So I thought they were dating, and I don't see him hanging out with this girl anymore. So maybe they broke up. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's flirting with people, right? So gonna figure out. My roommate, she tells me about this guy. Like right after I tell her about this guy, I'm like, hey, like we weren't roommates at the time. She's my roommate now. But back at that time, we weren't roommates, right? So I tell her, I'm like, hey, like, this guy, like, he was like, he talked to me last night, right? So I just told her story or whatever, and right after that, she told me how that same guy was hitting on her. Fucking weird, right? So you're probably gonna say, oh yeah, he's just like lonely, he's looking for someone. Bro, you don't flirt with everybody on campus. Literally, I'm telling you why he's flirting with everybody on campus. Alright? So he came up to her and he was like, first of all, before I even get into details, he did this to her. Like, come here. Like what? And she turned around like, what? And he was like,
hey yo, I think you're fine. Like, you got a boyfriend?
and she was like, yeah, actually I do. And he was like,
Okay, well, let me know if anything changes.
wait, what? First of all, nobody's gonna be hitting your line to tell you that something changed. Because who wants you? If you that desperate to ask everybody out, like, who wants you? I mean, gotta give it to him. Boy is confident. Like, to walk up to a girl and ask him out like that, I mean, just walk up to a girl and ask her if she got a boyfriend, that is fucking confidence, bro. I haven't seen a boy do that yet. Like, I haven't, like, the guys that like me on this campus, I'm not saying there's a lot of them. I didn't say that. But the dudes that like me on this campus, they didn't walk up to me and just say, hey, you got a boyfriend? I think you're pretty. No, they didn't do that. They don't do that. You're gonna be like, oh, well, if they did do it, you're gonna call them weird. I'm not gonna call them weird. I'm gonna call them confident. The guy's weird because he's asking every other girl out. There's this other girl on the team. She's a really sweet girl. Really sweet. Quiet, don't talk to him. Doesn't talk to many people. She has a boyfriend, right? He ran behind this girl. He asked this girl, does she have a boyfriend? She said yes. She kept walking. The boy ran behind her to talk to her. If that's not weird, I don't know what is, honestly. Because you guys are going to be like, oh, he's not that weird. Like, that's normal. In what universe is it normal to run behind a girl and actually she's single? Even though she said she had a boyfriend, you're still running behind her. That's just crazy to me. It's fucking crazy. And every time I see this kid, he's staring me down, bro. We go to lunch, right? Oh, and for the people that are actually on my side, like, that think that this guy's weird too, congratulations. I love you. Like this video? Comment. Tell me why you think he's weird and why you think he's not weird. Like, you know, if you have an argument, state it. I want to hear. Anyway, back to the video. So, in the cafeteria, me and my group of friends, we have this particular seat that we sit at, right? This table of 4 that we sit at, right? So, we sit in this table, right? This table is like all the way in the corner, in the back, for 4 people, right? And we sit there. We eat dinner there, right? Every time we go get dinner, we sit there, or we sit on the other side in the other corner with 4 tables. It doesn't matter. We sit in either one. But this particular day, we were sitting in this one, right? And so the boy comes in to the cafeteria. Once he comes in, we already know. We're like, oh, everybody signs. We already know. He's gonna be weird. We already know. So he comes into the cafeteria and he sits at the table right behind ours. Our table is here. He's sitting right behind us. Right behind us. Right? We're 4, right? I'm seated this way, so I'm looking straight, right? The dude is sitting behind us and he's facing this way, so he's looking that way, right? I can't see what he's doing behind me. My friend is on this side facing that way, same as him, so she can see him, so she can look and see him. So she's telling me like, oh, he's just staring at us. He's just watching us, staring us down. I'm like, why? What does this boy want? And then so he starts talking to us. Hey, yo. And we're like, he's like, how y'all doing? Boy, leave us alone. And like, he's walking around, like he's getting up and walking around, not next to us, but like walking around the whole cafeteria, like just staring at us from every angle. And I told my friends, I'm like, I got a fork. If this boy comes over here and tries to pull something, I'm stabbing him. If he presses charges, too bad, I already filed sexual harassment. I'm just playing. But seriously, like, what? Okay? And then, one day, we were sitting at the table, like, this has happened multiple times. Like, at this point, I should be filing sexual harassment. I should be getting a, file a restraint order or something. Like, I know I might be going too far, but this might be look like it's going too far for you guys because you are experiencing it. If you were experiencing it, then you would know what I mean. This guy's fucking weird. So, we always sit at the table, right? This is like, we sit at the table like 3 times already that he's been in the cafeteria with us and he's been sitting right behind us and staring us down, right? This has happened multiple times. So one day he was sitting at the table with his friends, I guess. So he's sitting at the table with his friends, and he gets bold. He gets really bold because he's like, "Hey, yo," talking to us. I'm not responding to this kid. I don't care. I'm not responding to him. Not unless he addresses my name personally. I'm not responding to him. I'm not giving him attention. For what? And so my friend's like, what? She gives him attention. I'm not gonna give him anything. And he's like, when's your next soccer game? Mind you, soccer season is already over. This is the spring. This is our off season. What? Next soccer game? Boy, bye. And she's like, soccer season is over. And he's like, oh, okay, it's over? Like, really? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, well, when, how y'all did? Y'all did good? Y'all won games? Who are you? First of all, why are you asking random questions? I figured out like a few days ago that this boy plays football. This guy I've never seen on the field. Like, I'm not saying anything. No, like, cause I play soccer, but I'm not a starter. I'm not a fucking full 90-minute runner. Like, I don't start the game and finish the game. You know, like I might go in, like second half and finish the game, but I'm not a person that starts the game and plays every game. I'm not that person, right? I'm still trying to get better to work up to be that person. But this guy, like, I'm seriously, like, I've never seen this guy wear the fucking uniform. What? Like, you're supposed to play football, and I've never even seen you wear the uniform. You're not even on the roster. Okay? You're not even on the roster. Like, what? The boy's not on the roster. He's never tried the uniform a day in his life. They recruited him as a football player to give him extra scholarship. I'm just playing. I don't know. But this guy, like, is, like, talking to us for no reason. Because we don't care, you know? Like, why are you talking to us? So, yeah. That's the story with the kid. It's really weird, though, because, like, honestly, he shouldn't be talking to us. And, like, we told him that we weren't interested. We don't like him. and yet he's still talking to us. And he just sit behind us in the cafeteria like all the time and just watch us eat. That's weird. If that's not weird to you guys, I don't know what the fuck you're eating or what planet you're on. But that's weird. You're not supposed to be looking at a girl like that, especially like following her around everywhere. Like, come on now, come on. I don't get it. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about that. Leave anything in the comments. Not anything. Not something stupid. Like, I don't know. Like, I think the guy's weird too. Something like that. Oh, I don't think the guy's weird. I don't care. Something. But anyway. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. And I'll be giving you guys more soon. Let me know what you want to hear. Write down in the comments. Bye. Peace.